Welcome back, grade 12s. Yes, you noticed the excitement in my voice at the end of our last segment. Reason, we're now going to look at types of questions that will make it easier for you to understand what this whole bank recon is all about. Here goes. The first question says, what is the purpose of a bank reconciliation? I'm sure you are already shouting out these answers because we've discussed it, haven't we? Let's look at the answer. To confirm the accuracy of all transactions in our cash journals as well as the bank account. Now, there are many other reasons that you can give for the reasons to prepare a bank recon, isn't there? Think about it. Go and look for other answers because that's what we want to do. Prepare you for your exam. Okie dokes. Let's look at this one here. Check number 789 is stale. The check was issued to Bafanana Fund as a donation. This organization does not exist any longer. The question says, state the double entry to record a stale check. Before we go there, just a bit of background information on a stale check. When does a check become stale? Come on, I'm sure you can answer this. You should be shouting out the answer. A check will become stale after 6 months. In other words, guys, this check needed to appear in my bank reconciliation statement on 6 consecutive months. Not true. Yes, it is. At the end of that period, that check is no longer negotiable. It now needs to be cancelled. Let's look at the answer. We will enter this transaction into our cash receipts journal. That's right. And therefore the entry, a debit to bank and a credit to donations. What are we actually doing? Come on, grade 12s. What are we doing? We are reversing the original transaction. Got that? Brilliant. Can you see why I say it's important to understand the question so you know exactly how to go about answering it? Next one. The financial year end of all access traders ends on the 30th of June each year. How would check number 1040? This check was written in favor of Achi traders, a creditor. How will we deal with this check in our financial statements? Now you must be saying, gee, what's going on here? What are we doing? Are we doing bank recon? I'm showing you how questions of bank recon can appear in the financial statements as well. You need to be au fait with it. You need to know how to answer it. That's why they say, give a reason for your answer. Now watch this. Understand the concept. There is a check that we have. It's a post-dated check, right? And it's given to a creditor. How will we deal with this check when dealing with the financial statements? Watch this here. What we will do at the end of a financial year is if we have a post-dated check that we have issued. Remember, it's a post-dated check. It's not an ordinary outstanding check. It's specifically post-dated. And let's just give a brief explanation on post-dated. It means that this check cannot be presented for payment until the date that appears on this check. Got it? Okay, so in other words, what will we do? We will add it to bank if bank is favorable, or subtract it from bank if bank is unfavorable. In other words, what you'll do is you will debit your bank account because in reality, we have not paid out this money. Yes, we've written out a check, but it's post-dated and this person cannot cash this check. And we will also add it to our creditors' control. Why is that? Because in reality, we have not paid this creditor as yet. Clear? We have not paid this creditors yet, and therefore, for our accounting records to be as accurate as possible, the double entry, debit bank, credit, creditors, control. The reason? The amount has not yet been taken off the current account of all access. Therefore, it has to be reversed. Got that? Brilliant. What's the difference between an internal and an external auditor? It pops up all the time. Let's answer the question. An internal auditor is an employee of the company employed by us, okay? Whereas an external auditor is independent of the business, and he or she is appointed by shareholders to report on the company. So clearly you can see the difference between an internal and an external auditor. Checks are dishonored for various reasons, right? Other than insufficient funds, why else can a check be dishonored? Let's look at this. There could be an error on the check. The words and figures could be different. The check may be post-dated. The check may be stale, and various other reasons. Grade 12s, that's it for today's lesson. And how does Ashraf normally sign off? By saying, guys, aim for the moon. Because if you don't get there, you definitely will be a shining star. Keep your feet on the ground, keep on practicing. Until the next time, be good. Bye-bye.